Hi, I'm Chris Wise with Wise About Flower Mound, and I'm here with Nancy Stuhlmuller, and we are talking about bookkeeping and accounting, which actually is near and dear to my heart because I have an accounting degree.
Oh, nice.
And I was an accountant before I was a realtor.
Really?
Interesting story. But she's
wow.
with NSH Bookkeeping and Consulting. So
I am. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I really
you're
appreciate
very,
this
very
opportunity.
welcome. Very, very welcome. So why accounting? How did that start?
So bookkeeping in the state of Texas, you're not allowed to say accounting if you're not a CPA. So I want to be clear about that. Bookkeeping and business consulting.
Okay.
I kind of have a Renaissance background.
Okay.
I am a banker by training. I had a $500 million loan portfolio back in New York. I was a vice president of commercial lending. And when we relocated to Texas with my husband's job, I'm like, I can't work 70 hours a week in the deal flow with children. That's not the mom I wanted to be. So I worked for the Associates as a commercial paper sales trader, which I loved. Our team traded like $4 to $8 billion a day.
Oh my gosh.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
We lost that job when we got bought out, and then I went and I worked for a company that trained me, and I became their assistant controller. And then I did that for 4 years. We had our second son, and then my mom in New York got sick. And I had to leave my job, and I made 10 trips to New York in 12 months to help take care of my mom.
Oh my gosh.
So at that point, my kids were in kindergarten and 5th grade, and I was taking care of my mom long distance, and I said, I need to go out on my own. Got my first client, never looked back.
And
it's been 14 years.
Oh my gosh,
I know.
Congratulations.
I know, I'm happy about that, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's been exciting because I really feel like I really like what I do, and I feel like I make a difference because I help people with their business, not just in terms of QuickBooks and their bookkeeping, but like with business consulting, and a lot of them that I've been with for a while. I mean, I have clients I've been with literally for 14 years.
Wow, that's great.
And they look at me as their business partner.
Yeah.
And I do a lot more than just bookkeeping. I do bank underwriting, negotiations. I can help with contracts. For some of my clients, I do their third-party payroll. So I can do a variety of different services for, and all of them are customized for clients. So it's not a one-shop-fits-all. It can be as little or as much as you need.
Okay, that's great. So that was just going to say, so small, medium businesses.
Right. Now, the thing, I'm kind of like, I like both ends of the spectrum. So I like the smaller businesses because a lot of times it's like, I had someone say to me last week, I don't know what I don't know.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I get that, right?
And that's why you hire a professional, honestly.
Right. Well, and that's it. Everybody's to their trade. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing for your product line that you're launching, but I do understand the business tenets.
Yes.
So I can help you set up your bookkeeping system. I can help you with your business processes. Let's look at best ways of managing that. You know, whether it's your AP, AR, your expenses, your purchasing power, your invoicing, what type of apps are you going to use with your business, all of that has to factor in. And of course, your entity structure and all of that. So I like working with them and helping them with that. And on the other hand, I like the larger clients who have stuff and they're going. And I have a client that I engaged with this year, and they have a very good business in remodeling and real estate, and they're doing very well, but they're like, we need to take it to the next level. We need to be able to use this tool better. So I cleaned up their file, I made all these memorized reports, and I'm like, let's make sure we're looking at your revenue, we're looking at your cost of goods sold, are we looking at your project costing, your job costing, your buying power? So it's like helping them go to the next level and setting up a cadence for how to work with that.
Exactly.
So I like that, both ends of the spectrum.
And I think, as a business owner myself, if I don't know my numbers, I'll never know, am I doing well, am I not doing well? And I've got to review them, and it's good to have somebody who can say, look, your expenses are up 10%. What's going on?
Exactly. And the other thing that I'd like to explain is, because I really understand financial statements as a banker, I understand the bookkeeping and the reconciliation, but I like to be able to explain not only the income statement, but the balance sheet and the cash flow. And sometimes those are not the two reports people look at.
Right.
But it's like, well, I'm making money. I'm like, okay, but maybe on an accrual basis you are, but do you have cash?
Right.
So income doesn't necessarily equal cash flow. And that's where I like to try to empower my clients So they have that information by keeping good books and having reporting tools that they can understand that to make those decisions.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I really like kind of being able to do that.
Well, knowledge is power.
It
If
is.
they understand those things, or at least have somebody to interpret it like you're doing, say, okay, here's what I'm seeing, this, and this. Oh, wow, I hadn't thought about it that way. I mean, you think about a remodeling company, their cost of goods sold right now is going up like crazy.
Well,
and if they didn't realize that in time, then their bids aren't going up. And
that's your business, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the actual cost of goods sold for the products and materials, but then it's a cost of goods sold for the labor.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and then the other thing, like you kind of have to think about is with the labor, is it contract labor, truly 1099, or is it W-2 employee labor?
That's right.
And that's a really big distinction. It's kind of one of the pulse points that I try to make sure our clients are really compliant with, because if not, they're putting everything at risk with the IRS. So I like to try to make sure we're really 1099 compliant.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, because you definitely don't want the IRS calling you.
No. So.
And apparently when you say, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that, that doesn't work either.
I know, that's the thing, right? I mean, ignorance is not, but it's not even like, I don't know. And I find at least like if there have been mistakes and they're corrected, they're willing to work with you.
Right.
I mean, but it's better to try to be on top of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So we're going to have links. So there's links to contact Nancy. So what's your ideal client?
That's a good question. So my ideal client is somebody who, I love doing cleanup jobs. So if somebody says, I have my books and I need to clean them up, and either I want to do it myself going forward, train me, or you can do it. I love those jobs. So like, actually I got a quote, I got somebody called me this week for a quote, and we're talking about it. So it's like, where are you at? What are you doing? Let's make sure this is optimized. And it's more than just like, it's banking, it's connecting. If you've got loans that are amortizing, making sure you're accounting for your interest, your principal. And then especially like we were saying, going through the income statement and making sure you know what your gross profit is. And if you've got 5 different product lines, you should probably have 5 different cost of goods sold lines.
Exactly.
So cleaning up books and then getting them to where the client needs them to be for tax prep, but also for maintenance purposes. So then my point is, we can either engage monthly if you want me to do the work. I have some clients that say, I'm doing the work, but let's engage quarterly for you to then review it and look at it that way. Or, I do have a couple of clients who like to run it all themselves, and then at the end of the year when they're getting ready for tax prep, I go in there, I help them with the 1099s. I do like a review, a diagnostic review, and then we clean up anything that needs to be cleaned up. So, my firm, my team, were able to kind of customize it. So I really like people that need monthly support. Like if they have something and they just need to hand it off because they're growing, I really enjoy businesses like that. And I have a variety of different industries that I service.
Oh, that's nice. And that's what a good resource you can be, is because you are dealing with other entities that might be similar. You can talk about best practices.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like especially like from my banking training, because I had so many different industries and businesses that I dealt with, I understand that you have to adapt to that. And they each have their nuances, right? Like, especially like in their business, their sales cycle, their collection cycle. But there are certain tenets that are the same no matter what. And that's kind of the importance, to be able to say, you've got nuances for your business, but here are tenets that are just good business practices.
Yeah.
And and specifically like with QuickBooks Online, I specialize in that. I can convert you from a desktop file to a QuickBook Online file. I've done quite a few of them. I do think like the ecosystem, the world is becoming cloud-based and subscription-based, so I think it's the best product out there for most businesses. Not every business.
It's just so darn expensive.
It can be, but here's the thing: through my Pro Advisor discount, you get lifetime discounts on subscriptions. So that's the other thing. And then elite level, so my clients are able to get discounts on anything that Intuit's offering, like merchant services. They get discounted rates. If you want supplies from them.
Okay.
But I will say, and I know because they just had a price increase into it, they just increased the subscription rates. First time in 2 years, and I mean, that's out of our hand. I mean, my own subscription went up, but the software has gotten a lot more robust. Like you can do mileage tracking, you can do receipt capture. There's a lot more within the software that it can do for you that people may not be aware of. So, but then like with the app and for people who want to do sales receipts and mobile invoicing, and you can do that on your tablet or your phone. You can't do that on desktop.
Right, okay.
So for field service businesses, I mean, there's a lot of value to it.
Okay.
And the only other thing I want to say is the way the world's going with the online businesses and the apps. I think right now there are 900 approved apps that interface with QuickBooks.
Wow.
Right. So that's the thing. It's like you've got your tenant of your bookkeeping system, but you have to be able to manage, depending on your business, your scheduling, your invoicing, expense mileage. If you've got corporate credit cards, you need to make sure you're picking the right apps that work with your system, and then you have to make sure the integration of the apps with the system work.
Yeah.
And that's not something that's always so easy, and that's like, okay, there's a value to working with somebody who knows how to do that.
Exactly. And that, I mean, gosh, that is the truth, because I don't need to be a QuickBooks expert. I just need to have somebody set that up for me, and then I can run it after that.
Right.
And it's like, I'm here to sell houses, and like remodeling company, they're there to remodel.
Right.
But what happens is you've got quarterly reports, you've got things that you've got to do as a business owner.
Estimated taxes if you're a Schedule C filer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, your business is probably, you probably use different apps, right, for your scheduling and appointments? And
yeah, we do.
Right.
So.
Are they all subscription-based?
Well, we have the Google Suite.
Okay.
That comes with our stuff, and so we do the calendar through that. But then we've got other plug-in things that we use as well. Yeah.
Right. I'm using Google Suite a lot now because I'm very involved with the Denton County Aggie Mom Club.
Oh.
And I founded the.
Woo.
Are you an Aggie?
Yes.
You're an Aggie?
Yes. 89.
Nice.
Accounting, I told you.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so that is. I'm an Aggie mom twice over.
Oh, great.
And are you going to get involved in the club? You probably don't have time.
I don't have time. Yeah.
But it's great, right? So we actually just had our board meeting last week, and we had our howdy party for the class of 2025.
Oh, wow.
And last year, this is near and dear to my heart, I founded what we call the Angel Mom Program, which is matching up seasoned moms with new Aggie-bound moms.
Oh, okay.
So in our meeting, for anybody who's interested, for the Denton County Aggie Mom Club is September 2nd. For the Angel Mom Program, which is a subgroup, it's September 15th at Black Walnut in Capel, since Flower Mound closed.
Yes.
Sadly.
Yeah.
So we match up moms and we kind of make mentors. So if we have a new mom who's got a business major, and then we have a seasoned mom with a business major, we match them up.
Oh, great.
So we match them up to be a resource to help with like questions, helping navigate Aggie land, and also for fellowship, friendship. And in total, we raise funds. We're fundraising to help with scholarships for
that's great.
For the university and for our students and for their clubs. So.
Near and dear to my heart.
That's awesome. Yeah, we already have like 18 new Angel Moms signed up this year for class of 2025.
Oh my gosh.
They're excited. And I think post-COVID, there's such a desire now to be able to get out there and connect with people again. So we're really excited about it.
Oh, that's great.
Love Aggie Land.
That is great.
Other schools are great too.
Yes.
But I do bleed maroon right now. I do bleed maroon. I gotta be honest, even though I'm not a born Aggie, I bleed maroon.
Yes. Oh, I loved it. It was a great education.
Yeah.
Great school. I mean, everything was great.
That Aggie network, it's like second to none. It's awesome.
Yeah, and people don't realize it. It's like outside looking in, it looks really weird, but
isn't that one of the phrases? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So,
I didn't see your ring.
I know. I had to have my ring cut off when I was pregnant with my son, my first son.
Okay.
And it's in pieces in our safe.
But I'm sure you still have it.
Yes. I just need to get it rebuilt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Great.
So, well, gosh, we've covered quite a bit.
We have.
I know. This is, you never know what's going to come out in these interviews, honestly.
And I hope you can understand me with my accent.
Yeah, with a little bit of a Texas twang.
I know. I love when people say, you have an accent. I'm like, I have an accent? And then they laugh.
Yeah.
Native New Yorker.
That's right. That's right.
Been here 24 years.
Well, it won't go away.
No, and I'm bilingual. I speak German, and I speak German with a New York accent.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I worked in Germany. I went to school there for 2 years, and I worked there for a year.
Oh, my gosh.
And I worked there as a banker in Germany. I was the only female banker for the bank in Germany. I was a New Yorker, and I spoke with an accent.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a trip.
Yes, I bet.
It was not easy.
Yeah.
It was great, though.
Yeah. Wow.
I loved it. I loved it. Oh, and just a separate aside before.
Yeah.
I'm also involved with 2 nonprofit organizations that promote the German language and studying overseas. So I'm an alumni of Heidelberg University.
Okay.
So Heidelberg alum North America, I'm on their leadership board, and I served for 6 years on the leadership board of German Academic Exchange Service, both of them based out of the German House at the United Nations.
Oh.
And there are an amazing amount of opportunities for students in college and postgraduate work to study in Germany with funding from the German government.
Oh, wow.
And the amazing thing is probably 2/3 of the classes now are in English.
Oh, wow.
When I went to school there, all my classes were in German.
Gosh, it was German immersion.
Right, it was all German. Now, because there are students from like literally every continent that go to school there, at least 2/3 of the classes are in English. So if you know of anybody that has an interest in pursuing opportunities to study in Germany, have them reach out to me and I can connect them with those resources.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and even at A&M, like when pre-COVID, we used to have the international student fairs every year in person, and I would go down with a fellow board member and would man the tables, and we've also done it at UT Arlington.
Oh.
And I've even previously reached out to some of the German professors at the schools in LASD.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great.
Paying it forward.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yep.
It helps the entire community. If the community is happy, healthy, and all of that, then it's going to be a great community to live in. And that's one of my mantras.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Just doing the right thing and paying it forward. Have a servant's heart.
That's yeah. Just don't give it all away. That's what I tend to do way too much, and then
I know.
So it's about balance too. So
well, true. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes, yeah.
It's hard to do that.
It is, especially if we want to keep giving.
Yes, that's right.
Agree.
But you can't pour from an empty cup, and I keep telling myself that is you got to fill your cup so that then you can pour and give to others.
Oh,
so
I like that.
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. So you got to take time for self-care.
Can I borrow that phrase?
I don't think I invented it. So borrow away.
I like that actually.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. So you got to do things to fill your cup.
Good.
And and that's whatever it is. I mean, sometimes it's working in the yard. Sometimes for me it's going to Home Depot and just walking the aisles. That's my happy place, Home Depot.
For me, it's kayaking.
See, there you go.
And I don't have my kayak buddy this summer because he stayed in College Station working down there.
Oh, okay.
He's my kayak buddy.
Yes. So now Nancy needs a kayak buddy. So make sure you reach out to her. Well, this has been a pleasure.
It has been. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So neat. So I'm so glad that you joined us today for Wise About Flower Mound, and definitely give Nancy a call if you have any bookkeeping needs, not accounting, bookkeeping needs, and certainly business planning and things like that. I think she can definitely help you with that.
Be happy to.
So, yeah, definitely. And, we will see you next time on Wise About Flower Mound. And once again, I'm Chris Wise. This is Nancy Stuhlmuller, and we are here to serve you. So make it a great day. We'll see you next time.
Whoop.